Evelyn Thompson pulled her old Ford pickup into the snow-dusted driveway of the Miller estate, her breath fogging up the windshield. It was Christmas Eve, and she'd driven 3 hours through a blizzard just to surprise her daughter, Sarah. Sarah had married Jack Miller 2 years back, and ever since, things had felt off. The Millers were old money, big house in the suburbs of Chicago, fancy cars, and a family that looked picture perfect on the outside. But Evelyn's mom gut told her something was wrong. As she stepped out, the cold bit through her coat like knives. The house glowed with warm lights, laughter spilling out from the windows. She could see them inside. Jack's parents, Robert and Linda, clinking glasses by a roaring fireplace. Cousins and aunts milled around, kids opening early gifts. But where was Sarah? Evelyn trudged around the side of the house, calling out softly, "Sarah?" "Honey." No answer. Then she spotted a huddled figure in the backyard, half buried in snow near the woodshed. Her heart dropped. It was Sarah, curled up in a thin sweater, no coat, shivering violently. Her lips were blue, teeth chattering. "Oh my God, baby." Evelyn rushed over, wrapping her arms around her. Sarah looked up, eyes wide with shock and relief. "Mom? What are you doing here?" "What am I doing? What the hell are you doing out here in the freezing cold?" Evelyn demanded, helping her stand. Sarah's legs wobbled. She'd been out there for who knows how long. They locked me out," Sarah whispered, tears freezing on her cheeks. "Jack's mom said I was causing drama because I asked about the family trust, said I wasn't real family, and needed to cool off, literally." Evelyn's blood boiled. Inside, the party raged on, toasts and carols echoing. No one had even noticed Sarah was gone. Or worse, they didn't care. She bundled Sarah into her truck, cranking the heat. As they drove away, Evelyn glanced back at the house, the fireplace casting shadows like mocking grins. This wasn't over, not by a long shot. Evelyn had raised Sarah alone after her husband died young, scraping by in a small Ohio town. She taught her to be strong, but this was cruelty. And Evelyn wasn't one to let family hurt her own without consequences. Revenge simmered in her chest like hot cider on a stove. She'd make them pay, one way or another. Back at Evelyn's modest home in Dayton, Sarah thawed out under blankets, sipping cocoa Evelyn had whipped up. The drive had been silent at first, Sarah too numb to talk. But now, the story poured out like a dam breaking. "It started small, Mom," Sarah said, her voice shaky. "Jack's family never liked me. Linda calls me that girl from the wrong side of the tracks. Robert acts like I'm after their money. But tonight, it exploded." Sarah explained how the Millers had a big family tradition. Christmas Eve by the fire, sharing stories and gifts. But this year, with Jack's grandma passing, talk turned to the inheritance. Sarah, pregnant with their first child, innocently asked if the baby would be included in the family trust. Linda snapped, accusing her of being a gold digger. Jack just sat there, silent, nursing his scotch. "They told me to leave the room," Sarah continued. "When I refused, Robert grabbed my arm and shoved me out the back door, locked it, said, 'Stay out till you learn your place.' Jack didn't stop them. He just looked away." Evelyn paced the kitchen, fists clenched. That son of a bitch. And his folks, monsters. She'd met the Millers at the wedding, polite but cold. Now she saw the truth. They were bullies hiding behind wealth. As Sarah cried, Evelyn's mind raced. She remembered her own hard times, working double shifts at the diner to keep a roof over their heads. Sarah had earned a scholarship to college, met Jack there. He seemed nice at first, charming even. But power changes people. By morning, Sarah's phone buzzed with texts from Jack. "Where are you? Come back." No apology. Evelyn snatched it. "She's safe. With me. Don't bother coming." Sarah hesitated. "Mom, I love him. Maybe it's a misunderstanding." Evelyn knelt beside her. "Honey, love don't lock you out in a blizzard. Especially not when you're carrying his kid." Sarah touched her belly, nodding slowly. That sealed it. Evelyn started digging. She called old friends, scoured social media. Turns out, the Millers had a history. Robert's business dealings were shady. Tax evasions whispered about. Linda had her own skeletons. Affairs covered up with hush money. Revenge wouldn't be rash. It'd be calculated, like a Midwestern winter storm building, slow but hitting hard. Evelyn vowed to expose them, protect Sarah, and maybe even the grandbaby. First step, get Sarah a lawyer. Divorce papers would be the opening salvo. Weeks turned into months, and Evelyn's plan took shape like a quilt, pieced together in secret. Sarah moved back home, filing for divorce. Jack fought it at first, calling non-stop, but Evelyn screened the calls. "He's sorry now," she'd say, "but sorry don't erase frostbite." The lawyer, a sharp woman named Carla from Cleveland, uncovered dirt fast. The Millers' family trust, riddled with loopholes. Robert had skimmed funds for years, dodging taxes. And Linda? Her charity work was a front for embezzling donations. Evelyn hired a private investigator, dipping into her savings. PI Mike was an old high school buddy, reliable, no nonsense. Mike's report was gold. Photos of Robert meeting shady investors, bank statements showing offshore accounts. Even better, evidence of Linda's affair with the family accountant. "This could blow him wide open," Mike said over coffee. Evelyn kept Sarah in the loop, but shielded her from the grit. Sarah focused on the pregnancy. Ultrasounds showing a healthy baby girl. "We'll name her Grace," Sarah decided, after Grandma. Meanwhile, the Millers played dirty. They spread rumors in their social circle. Sarah was unstable, ran off for no reason. Jack showed up once, pounding on the door. "I want my wife back," he yelled. Evelyn cracked it open, shotgun in view, not loaded, but message clear. "She ain't your wife no more. Get off my porch before I call the cops." He left, tail between his legs. That fueled Evelyn's fire. She anonymously tipped off the IRS about Robert's taxes. Whispers started in Chicago's elite circles. Linda's charity gala? Half the donors pulled out after leaks about missing funds. But Evelyn wanted more, personal payback. She remembered Sarah's words. "They treated me like trash." So, she planned a confrontation at the Millers' annual spring fundraiser, a swanky event at their estate. Posing as a caterer with Mike's help, she'd slip in, gather more proof, then drop the bomb. Sarah worried. "Mom, what if it backfires?" "It won't," Evelyn assured. "This is for you, for Grace." They think they're untouchable, 'cause of money, but family's stronger than cash. As the event neared, Evelyn practiced a speech in the mirror. Emotional? Hell yes. Revenge, sweeter than apple pie. She'd make them shiver, just like they did to Sarah. No snow needed, just cold, hard truth. The Miller estate buzzed with Chicago's who's who. Suits, gowns, champagne, flowing like the Chicago River. Evelyn blended in as a server, hair tucked under a cap, tray of hors d'oeuvres in hand. Mike waited outside in his van, ready with backups. Inside, Robert glad-handed donors, Linda air-kissed cheeks, Jack sulked in a corner, nursing a drink. No sign they knew the storm coming. Evelyn eavesdropped, catching snippets. That ex-daughter-in-law? Troublemaker. Her jaw tightened. She slipped upstairs during a break, using a key Mike had borrowed. In Robert's study, she found the jackpot, files on the desk, unlocked safe with ledgers showing fraud. She snapped photos with a hidden camera, heart pounding. Downstairs, the auction started. Items for charity. Linda beamed on stage. That's when Evelyn struck. She ditched the tray, stepped into the spotlight. "Excuse me, folks," she said, voice steady like a Midwest anchor. Gasps rippled. Robert's face paled. "Who the hell are you?" "I'm Evelyn Thompson, Sarah's mom. You know, the woman you locked out in the snow last Christmas while you partied by the fire." Murmurs grew. Linda hissed, "Security!" But Evelyn pressed on. "You treated my pregnant daughter like garbage. Now, let's talk about your charity. Those donations, funneled to your pockets, and Robert's taxes, dodged for years. I got proof." She held up her phone, projecting images via a hacked screen Mike rigged. Ledgers, photos, emails. The crowd whispered, "Phones out recording." Jack lunged forward. "Mom, this is crazy." "No, son," Evelyn shot back. "Crazy is letting your family freeze your wife out. You stood by. Now stand by this." Chaos erupted. Donors demanded refunds. Reporters in the crowd fired questions. Robert blustered, "Lies." But the IRS tip had already triggered an audit. Agents arrived mid-scene, badges flashing. Linda broke down sobbing. "How could you?" Evelyn leaned in. "Easy. You hurt my girl. Now feel the chill." As cops escorted the Millers out, Evelyn walked free, crowd parting like the Red Sea. Outside, Mike high-fived her. "Nailed it." Back home, Sarah hugged her tight. "You did it, Mom." "Not just me," Evelyn said. "Us." The revenge tasted victory. Sweet, emotional, final. The Millers' empire crumbled. Lawsuits, scandals. Jack disgraced. Evelyn's family? Stronger than ever. Months later, Evelyn rocked baby Grace in her arms, the nursery glowing with afternoon sun. Sarah napped nearby, exhausted but happy. The divorce finalized quick. Jack signed everything over, including a hefty settlement from the crumbling Miller fortune. Robert faced jail for fraud. Linda's reputation shattered. She fled to Florida in shame. Evelyn watched the news sometimes, seeing the fallout. Chicago tycoon indicted. Headlines blared. She didn't gloat outwardly, but inside, satisfaction warmed her like that damn fireplace never could. Sarah healed slow. Therapy helped unpack the abuse, the gaslighting. "I thought it was normal," she'd say. Evelyn shook her head. "Normal's loving without conditions, honey." They rebuilt life in Dayton. Simple, real. Evelyn went back to the diner, but with the settlement, they bought a bigger house, started a college fund for Grace. Friends rallied, community potlucks celebrating their strength. One crisp fall day, Jack showed up unannounced, hat in hand. "I want to see my daughter," he begged from the porch. Evelyn blocked the door. "You had your chance, locked out your own wife. Now you're locked out for good." Sarah joined her, Grace on hip. "Goodbye, Jack." He left defeated. No more Millers in their world. Evelyn reflected on it all during quiet evenings. The emotional toll had been heavy. Nights crying for Sarah's pain, anger fueling her drive. But revenge, it wasn't just payback, it was justice. Exposing the truth freed others too. Former employees came forward with stories, strengthening cases. Now life bloomed. Sarah dated a kind teacher named Tom. No fancy family, just good heart. Grace's first words? "Mama," to both of them in a way. Evelyn wrote it all in a journal, maybe for a book someday. From snow to strength, she'd title it. A reminder, family ain't blood or money, it's who stands by you in the cold. As winter returned, they gathered by their own fire, cozy, inclusive. No one left out. Evelyn smiled at Sarah. We did good, kid. Yeah, Mom, we did. The story closed like a warm blanket, emotional scars fading into triumph. Revenge served cold, but healing. That was pure warmth. Thank you so much for watching this story till the end. I hope you enjoyed it and maybe even learned something from it. If you'd like to hear more stories like this, full of life lessons, drama, and emotions, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you'll never miss an update. Your support means the world, and it helps me keep bringing you more inspiring and unforgettable stories. Stay tuned because more amazing stories are on the way.